Are you ready to laugh out loud? Introducing the MC Marshall Peterson!
Welcome to the show where I just barely tested the mic. All right, sweet. So welcome to Laugh Out Loud. This is Laugh Out Loud. If you think you're here for Chemistry 101, please leave. So, by raise of hands, who has been to an improv show before? Perfect. Now the elitist among you, who has been to one of our improv shows before? Ah, awesome. Okay, so anybody who just raised their hand, I guess we're technically either one, who wants to tell us what improv is?
I love you, Marshall.
Thanks. That's not what improv is, though. Anybody courageous enough? Okay, yes, you, sir.
You don't have a script.
That is true, we don't have a script.
That's all I got.
That's all perfect. Okay, what's a facet of improv other than not having a script? Because that is a big part of it. What do we use to replace that script? Does anybody know? Ah.
You have several games that you play that have generic rules. And when we give suggestions, you go off those rules.
Exactly, yes. We all have various games that we have and various gimmicks, which I will explain before each of them because that's my job. And we'll also get suggestions from you guys as the audience. So let's do a really quick practice of that. If I were to say, what's something that a baby would be fine sticking in a microwave, y'all would yell,
Nuggets.
and then I would reach into that little sound pollution and pull out one suggestion, right? And then that would be their suggestion, like I heard carrots, and then they would do a scene about carrots, or something along those lines. So, that is improv. Y'all know now, and most of you knew already. So, next up, let's work on you guys' energy, because we're actually little parasites, and we just absorb the energy that you guys give to this stage. The better the audience, the better the show, so if you leave and you didn't like it, you don't get a refund, because it's your fault. All right, so let's bring up the energy a little bit, right? Let's start off with something small, like, you know, the sound of someone knocking over a Lego tower. Just a little bit of... Okay, somebody knocked over a pile of dishes in a restaurant. Okay, your team of choice won sport. And now the highest of the high, every time I say players to the front. She has as many L's as her name as the next two people tied for that position. It is Allison. Antarctica bunch, but who knows that because she just likes bugs? It's Alyssa! She's president of Bug, which means he has authority over basically nothing. Logan! He's big, he's bad, he may or may not be your dad, it's Gabe! He might look like Tintin, he might have half his name, but please don't call him that, it's Austin! Her name is a complete lie, and nobody likes that joke except for me, it's Noelle! Alrighty, so here are all our players up on stage. Now you know them, eventually you'll love them. And we're gonna start off with a game that'll really let you get to know all of them together. This is a game called Questions Only, and for this I need players to the front. And this game of Questions Only is called that because they can only use questions. Wow, you guys are so smart. Okay, for this game, we need a suggestion for them to get going. And if they don't ask me a question, or if I think they're just generally lame, I can just whistle at them, because that's my job. So, from this part of the audience, give me a suggestion of just an occupation, something simple.
Plumber.
Architect.
Sorry, what was yours?
Architect.
Architect. Perfect. Your suggestion is architect. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
What do you think of these plans?
Who taught you how to build a building?
Didn't I tell you it was a really rushed education?
How is the third floor below the first floor?
Don't you remember that I also didn't learn how to count?
What am I going to do with you?
That's not a question. Nobody Goulding goes, yes, Professor. All right, let's just pull something from the last scene for the suggestion in this one. Plants.
Have you ever seen one like this before?
Do you think it looks like you?
Are you stupid?
Who are you to ask me that?
You're Professor. Dang it!
She didn't have to whistle. She knew her sin. Okay, really quick. What's another suggestion of a location?
Downtown.
Sahara.
Downtown Sahara.
Wow, they've really developed this place since we've last been here.
The audience knew how to play this, and I said the name twice. Let's try that again. Downtown Sahara.
Are we in the downtown Sahara?
Is that down or is that down?
Do you not know your directions?
How can you think in this heat?
That's a good question.
Okay, let's get another suggestion. What's a word that you would say when you saw a frog on the road?
Frog!
I really walked into that one, didn't I? Frog!
Is this poisonous?
How'd you know that's what I was gonna ask?
You don't know either?
Do I look like a frog expert?
Well, should we call the hospital?
How...
I might think, wow, they're so nice to throw us things, but in all honesty, I was just trying to find this in my 7 pockets. Alrighty, this next game is a Game of Phones. And for this game, we need Allison, Logan, and Gabriel. Players to the front! I remember when I said that it would be your fault if it was a bad show? Well, let's prove that point. So, for this game, I need 2 phones from the audience. Now, we will read through the conversation on this phone, so please pull up a conversation, have it ready, and 2 of our players up here on stage will only use anything sent in that conversation. So please, nothing that you wouldn't want, say, a grandmother in the audience to hear. Let's see what you got. I don't get it, but sure. Alrighty, so,
I'll take it.
perfect. Here you go. Please don't close out the phone, otherwise we'll have to get him to unlock it. Anybody's phone from over here? We got one right behind you. Have fun. Alrighty, now if making it so that 2/3 of everything we say is reliant on you, that's not enough because we're basically living in your basement of lines. So let's get a suggestion for them as well. And why don't you guys just give me a place you'd love to go for a spring vacation?
Yes, sir.
Ohio.
Florida.
Scott, Ohio.
New Florida. Yeah, New Florida. Because nobody would want to go to normal Florida in the spring, maybe a new one. All right, players, your suggestion is New Florida. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
Wow, look at that ocean.
No.
Okay. Thank you. I know you don't want to be here on vacation in New Florida, but you know, if you try, I think you'll have fun.
Thanks. Workout got canceled, actually. Did you respond to Carl to tell him you can work on Sunday?
I told Carl that I'm on vacation with my son, so I'm not.
You have one piece of mail here.
What's the scope?
no.
Yep, workout canceled.
You're right, the entire company went under. Work is canceled forever. Well,
It's a fighting game.
It's only varsity.
you want me to join your amateur wrestling league to make money now that the company I work for has gone under?
Very sad.
The first day will be the only day that gives you problems.
If the first day gives me problems, that'll lead to it's wrestling. Break a leg, yes.
How about now?
It still just has the two sides.
Now.
Oh, it's starting now. Listen, I don't feel like making big choices right now, but I need to make money so that you can eat. You're my son. And if this kills me, know that I've done it for you.
Never mind.
Oh, well, that's fair.
Well, I like to think I've been an okay dad.
Like a one so far.
You can say that. You can't laugh at me. You're a postal worker.
Well, can you do me a favor?
Sure. What do you need?
Do you have an external keyboard?
No, I'm a human.
Very sad.
It should be in the packet. Probably the little paper package for the sample.
The difference is subtle, but there.
Yeah. It looks like paper, but when you look closer at it, it is that external keyboard.
By the way, we're eventually going to give the other person who gave us a phone a t-shirt. Apparently the memo is only half given. All right, now, that was Game of Phones, but let's get to our next game, shall we? Because no one came here to listen to me talk. This game is called Late for Work, and for this game, I need Alyssa, Noelle, Allison, and Austin, players to the front! All right, now this is the game of Late for Work, where Alyssa is late for work. Wow, you guys are so smart. Okay. So, in the game of Late for Work, she is late for work. And one of these people is her boss, the other two are her co-workers. Now, you must understand, excuses nowadays are so hard to come by, especially when work is just over Zoom. Because of that, she needs help getting her advice for work, which will be mimed to her by her two co-workers behind her boss's back. Now, she needs a couple of excuses, and like I said, we kind of just rely on you guys the whole time. Like, this is your guys' show. So, we actually need the excuses from you. So, what's her first excuse? She wakes up in the morning. That would distract me, right? Okay, so those are 3 suggestions. Really quick, just recap it for our audience.
A gremlin ate her baby.
Yeah, I was eating.
Okay. Was eating. Okay. She ran into her ex-Gollum on the road. Yep.
And the Bollywood started selling
Bitcoin.
Perfect. Okay, now let's get our player back in here on 3. 1, 2, 3. Alyssa, get in here! Alright, this is our game of Late for Work. Players, are you ready?
Yes!
Come on, girls, stack those boxes. We're already 10 minutes behind schedule.
Sorry, boss. The
Where
thing
is
was heavy.
Alyssa?
Oh, she's coming. We promise.
Noelle, no excuses.
Sorry,
You're
boss.
great, Allison.
Thanks.
Come on.
Hey. How's it going?
Is this the first time this week? 10 minutes late to work again?
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I had a baby. It was funny.
Earlier, there was a baby involved. I was really excited about the baby. It was a demon baby. That was such a sweet, it was a polar baby. It was really sweet and nice. It was a nice baby, but there were demons involved. A gremlin, kind of. Yeah, so a gremlin ate my baby.
Okay.
That was a lot of information all at once. I know you didn't know that I had a baby, but it was like a whole thing, and then a gremlin ate it.
Okay, but even if that happened, you wouldn't be this late to work.
Right, yeah, so after I picked myself up from the depressed crying mess on the floor, I drove to work, and as I was driving, I hit a fork in the road. I hit a friend.
Why aren't these boxes being stacked around?
I'm so sorry. I was
Giving moral support.
Yeah.
Good job, Allison, you're doing great.
Thanks.
Right, yeah, so as I was driving, I kissed my car good morning.
Everyone does that.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify, like, this wasn't because I didn't kiss my car good morning.
Oh, okay.
So Smeagol from Lord of the Rings, the seminal classic.
Smeagol?
Yeah, there was something about a ring, and
Paper dust.
I don't know what's going on right now, but you really don't seem like yourself.
Oh, I'm just really excited about our new shipment.
Well, get back to that other person you are. Not the person you are right now, the other person.
right. So as I was driving, I was taken over by my demon person. I was doing great. It's a thing that I have sometimes, and someone who was Gollum.
I did hear he was in town.
Yeah, he's kind of hard to miss. Broke up with me.
You were dating someone?
I was dating Gollum.
Oh.
So on my way to work, that was like a couple weeks ago though, and as I was driving to work, I saw him on the road, and it was really awkward.
You're saying Gollum's single now, right?
You don't need to hit me about it.
I appreciate it. Make contact with.
No, it was a whole detour, but with the baby death, violent, and the whole awkward ex thing.
There must have been some good news after.
Okay, when I got into work, in the lobby, I don't know if you know this, but they're filming a Bollywood musical now. It's insane.
There's like a million. There's got to be something special about that musical.
It was a really,
Sorry, just checking the prices of things on my
I'll
phone.
get this back when you're done working. Well, you might get that raise after all.
Right, yeah, so the Bollywood movie, it was a big budget Bollywood movie. Really big budget. Many zeros. So many O's. And it really sounded like, other than like the Bollywood beats and stuff, sounded like lice.
This Bollywood production sounds very cryptic. Doesn't really make sense. I don't understand how it works.
Yeah. Cryptic seems to be an operative word in this particular and so it was mites. There were so what I need you to understand is it was a huge production, and I was wading through a lot of people, and it sounds like coal.
Sorry, just working on that, happy dance.
I feel like I'm digging myself into a hole here, but great, peace and love. Rain. Sorry. So listen, I know my job's on the line here, so I'm going to explain really clearly and succinctly exactly what was happening.
Yeah, so you had this Bollywood film.
There was a Bollywood film, and a zero was involved.
There's a lot of zeros involved. Those things are worth a lot.
Yeah, big budget, like I said. And
be really careful with that product. That's all mine.
Yep. It's not mine.
So just be very careful. Okay?
I will.
so it was set in a mine.
Were they mining something specific?
Yeah, they were mining the stock market. A crash in the stock markets.
Oh, is it down right now?
Yes. It's in the dip. Listen, I am just as confused as you are.
I
Make sense of my own experience.
feel like everyone here is just a bit confused.
Just a bit. So this Bollywood movie that was worth a lot, they were mining for Bitcoin.
Get it, it's
Again,
there.
for clarification, baby lift. We got the out in time.
What?
I'm like turned it on in preparation and everything.
It looks like it's on when it's not.
Okay, so that was that game. That was very interesting. I personally was very frustrated at the end, but you got it. So there you go. Alrighty, so moving on to our next game. This is one of my favorites, and I think it'll become one of your favorites as well. This is Super Happy Surprise Prize dating game. What is it called? Wow, what a memory. Okay, Super Happy Surprise Prize dating game. Now, this is a game where we have a couple of our contestants. They will be on a dating show because, you know, nothing lasts in like long-term relationships than a dating show result. And just to prove our point, we're going to bring up a couple of contestants, and under each of their chairs, we're going to have a prize, which we're not going to put under each one yet because one of you is our contestant. Wow. Okay, so let's go ahead and get somebody up here who would just love to get together with one of these three bachelors for a lovely date. Yeah, let's get you up here. Yeah. You. It takes guts. I mean, I know we would all pay to date any of these bachelors up here. Despite one of them maybe being married. Yeah. So scoot back a little bit. We don't want you to see the bachelors because you have no idea what they look like, right? So.
I'm fine.
All right, now that you're on the other side of this curtain, you can't see, but the audience can. We're placing a prize of various values under each of these chairs of these bachelors. And after asking them a couple of dating show questions, you're going to be able to pick one, and you'll get the prize under their chair. Alrighty. So, first of all, what's your name?
Annie.
Annie, what a lovely name. And let's get a quick rundown of our dating game contestants. Bachelor number one, if you could give us a quick synopsis about yourself.
Yo, what's up, guys? I'm currently in between jobs. I'm usually in between jobs, but not because I don't like to work. I've worked a lot of jobs. Like, there's no question about the work ethic or anything. Just in between jobs right now. It's been a bit of a time, but yeah, that's basically everything about me.
All right, gotta love a good work ethic. Feed off of it. All right, bachelor number two.
Well, hi there. I just own a little sandwich shop on the corner of 9th and Main. It's open 6 days a week, but we close Sunday because that's when I go to church.
Well, victory for sandwiches. What more can you ask for? All right, bachelor number 3. Yes. Thank you, bachelor number 3. All right, so tell me your name again.
Annie.
Annie, yes. Sorry, I was very distracted by the you. So Annie, you've gotten a quick rundown of all 3. Do you have any questions that you'd like to ask them?
Oh, so many.
Okay, well, just go ahead and give us any one question.
Okay, I want to know where you would take me for our first date.
Oh, a perfect question! Oh, that is a natural. All right, let's see if any of our bachelors would love to tell you there. Yes, bachelor number 1, where would you take Annie on her first date?
Well, you know, on top of being very passionate about hard work, I'm very passionate about adventure. I think adventure is really important, so I think something adventurous would be really good. I remember this one job, I was super ready for the adventure, and so I saw the application online, typed my information in, got the job. I was ready for the adventure, I was ready for the force, I was ready for the action, and so I brought my machete into work. And they were like, "Sir, what are you doing?" I was like, I'm ready for the action, I brought the machete, we need to clear the brush and everything. And it's like, "Sir, this is Amazon." "Yes, I know it's Amazon, I'm ready." And they fired me, I don't get it. I don't understand.
Yeah, that can be tough sometimes. Who even knows what Amazon is, right? Bachelor number 2, you look like you would have a wonderful first date idea.
Well, I don't know about wonderful, but I remember the first time I made a croissant sandwich. I was at home. I wanted to make myself a normal sandwich, and I had all the sandwich ingredients, but gosh dang it, I forgot the bread. Luckily though, I had myself a prime croissant from our great neighbors in the state of France. So I combined that and made my first croissant sandwich. Now, in that moment, I felt a spirit I haven't felt in so long. And I don't think it matters where we go, as long as we feel that same spirit that I had when I was making the croissant sandwich.
What a multifaceted personality. There's so much depth to this person. All right, bachelor number 3, where would you take her on your first date?
I would take you to the dock of the bay, and once there, I would give to you my left arm, and you would move it up and down. And every time that would happen, a seagull sound will come from my throat. And that will bring the seagulls to us, and they will share with us their riches, which I would exchange in a pawn shop for gumballs. And then we can throw them at each other.
All right, thank you, bachelor number 3. Now, you know, relationships only work if there's like a connection between them. So, really quick, tell us a little bit about yourself. What's something you like to do with your spare time?
Oh gosh.
I'm a Hebrew minor.
Oh, a Hebrew minor. There we go.
That takes up all my spare time. So.
Fair enough. It would probably take a lot of time studying a whole other language that is very far away.
I like to laugh.
You like to laugh. Perfect. I'm sure this is the perfect place for you. Now that our bachelors know just a little bit more about you, a snippet, if you will, do you have any other questions for them? Or we could also defer to the audience if they want to get you some advice from your bachelors.
Oh, I take any help I can get.
Perfect. All right, so audience, what is a question? Knowing all this about Annie, our depth of knowledge about her, what would you ask our bachelors?
What's their love language?
What's their biggest weakness?
Given the, I guess that's a good one. All right. Which bachelor would you like to answer their love language first?
Ooh. I think I know what number 2's would be. So, we're gonna go number 3.
Okay, bachelor number 3, you seem like an interesting individual. What's your love language?
My love language is Vin Diesel. He whispers to me, and I say the things that he produces. It is a beautiful language, and when I speak it, I feel all tingly in my knees. And then they fall off.
Wow.
It's okay, I can glue them back on.
Thank you, Bachelor number 3. You know, some people speak Hebrew, some people speak Vin Diesel. It's just how it is. Bachelor number 2, you seem really ready to prove her wrong.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm a simple man. I love 2 things: going to church and sandwiches. And that's all I have to say about that.
All right. Do you have one last question you might want to ask any of our bachelors?
Oh, absolutely. If you could buy me any present in the world, what would it be?
Hey, that was a great question. Bachelor number 1, given your immense repertoire of knowledge and work ethic, if you could get her any present in the world, what would it be?
Well, I know things are really tough right now. Housing market's going crazy, so something that I would want, I think pretty much everyone else can relate, is home ownership. I think would be pretty sweet. Just feeling it. I was actually in the construction business for a little bit as well. Going to work and drew up some plans, brought all my bricks with me, started laying them down, and so I built wall after wall after wall, and I was ready. And then the boss came out, and I showed him my hard work, and he told me, "What are you doing? You're blocking the parking lot." And I said, it doesn't matter. This is what we do, and it's I know we're Walmart, but that's not what we do. And I tried to explain to him, why don't you know your own business? And so he fired me, and so, yep, not working.
Oh, wall! Thank you, Bachelor number 1. All right, now let's hear it again for our wonderful volunteer, Annie. Now, for the main event after this commercial break. Okay, we're back. Annie, you have your choice of our 3 bachelors. Who would you like to choose?
Oh. I think it's pretty clear. We had a connection from the very beginning. And I do have to say that I would love to be with number 3.
Let's see what you want from the bachelor to share.
This?
Hello. Alrighty, let's move on to our next game, which is called Film Noir. For this game, we need Alyssa and Noelle to the front. Alright, so you guys all know those old film noirs, detective movies, front monologues, wonderful music. We need a film noir from you guys. We need the name of this film noir. And normally they take the form of adjective noun. So what's the name of a film noir that's never been written, never been produced? Adjective noun. What is the name of a film noir?
Red letter.
Okay, I'm gonna spin 2 of these together. The Angry Hourglass. This is the film noir, The Angry Hourglass. Players, are you ready?
Yes. private investigation firm. I kept following the leads, running into walls. I felt like someone was getting in my way. Something was obstructing me, and I just felt like I was running out of time to figure things out, to nail it all down. And that was when she walked in. Come in. Detective? I hadn't seen her ever. But I like looking at her now. Can I help you?
I heard you're working on a mystery.
That's right.
Well, I believe I may have a lead.
What is it?
The truth was, I didn't have one. But I had heard so many stories of the great detective, John. I just wanted the opportunity to go into his office just once, before it was too late. Well, why don't you ask me my name first?
Fair enough. What's your name, miss?
I was so starstruck, I couldn't remember. So I made one up. It's Mabel.
Nice to meet you, Mabel. Well, it's getting kind of late. It's almost 6. I gotta leave. Hang on, let me flip over my hourglass first. It gets upset if I don't reset it.
Wow, detective, you're rather strong.
You have to be in my line of work. So, I have a case. You're Mabel. I flipped my hourglass. Should we go get into some dusty, trouble in the streets? That's generally what happens next.
Oh, John. Well, I suppose if you insist.
She don't mind it. It's on the door.
Wow, wow, wow. You gotta just love old-timey film noir films. Especially when the detective just can't take a hint. And they can find all the clues, but no clues about what the woman in the room wants. Alrighty. So, our last game of the half. I know, I didn't have to lead you into that sadness at all. Alright, this last game is called Romance Novel, and for this game, actually, all of our players to the front. Alrighty, this is the part of the show where I get to be really mean. Because I will be pointing at these people and they will write a romance novel. And this romance novel, again, needs a title of a romance novel that's never been written before. Valentine's Day is coming up. Let's go ahead and get the name of the romance novel. Sorry, what was that?
Love on the Moon.
Ooh, Love on the Moon. Okay, so we're gonna read this book, Love on the Moon. We open it up, we see chapter 1. What is chapter 1 called?
It's always a full moon.
Before things take off.
It's always a full moon on the moon. Alright. This is Love on the Moon. It's always a full moon on the moon. Is he ready?
Yes! Cynthia had never
said Jane.
before been to the...
And she threw the baseball. But unfortunately, Zach did not.
See it coming. it hit him on the side of the head, which was
Not too bad, because being on the moon, it did not have as much force.
So he was actually fine. But
He interpreted for flirting, you know, that cute kind of playful flirting that you do.
when you're on the moon.
And it was, thankfully. Or else that would have been
Really tragic. Because it was
moon time.
Always moon time on the moon.
But the special...
Oh! I never got to the letter N. That hurt. Get out of here.
Yeah, you didn't tell them.
What?
Did you tell them to smoochie?
Oh yeah, if they get something wrong and I tell them to leave, go smoochy, smoochy, smoochy at them.
Smoochy, smoochy.
Then they know to go away, that's why he didn't leave.
And it makes me uncomfortable.
I thought it was funny when you hit yourself in the face with the microphone.
Yeah, I hit myself in the tooth with the mic. Now y'all know what a tooth sounds like. Alright, we need chapter 2 of this book, Love on the Moon. What is chapter 2 of the book, Love on the Moon?
Dark side of the moon.
Crater in my heart.
Arson!
Yeah, chapter 2, this is when it gets exciting. Love on the Moon, chapter 2, Arson.
It was hot. It was so hot. It was concerningly hot in the moon. Because there was a humongous, big old
Fire. The introduction of atmosphere to the moon had
disadvantages. But was it an accident or what?
Zit on purpose. On purpose it was. For
They knew that David was also there.
Hey, you don't see the TH twice.
Smoochy, smoochy!
Smoochy! Okay, chapter 2 was short but sweet, right? So let's go on to chapter 4. Let's skip chapter 3. I never read that one. Okay.
passion on the dark side.
Let's mix those two. Passion in the crater. It could be the fruits.
The couple were in the crater.
And David could see it all from the telescope back on the
That chapter was even more short this week. Okay, let's move along. Chapter 5. Chapter 5. What is chapter 5 of Love on the Moon?
Love in an airlock. Crossing to the dark side.
Crossing the airlock. Let's mix those two again. Crossing the airlock. This is chapter 5 of Love on the Moon.
David knew that he wasn't supposed to take his helmet off when he was walking through the airlock, but
Cynthia said it would probably be okay. He trusted her.
He thought, if we kiss, I could die, but I like her well enough.
and that's how he died.
Cynthia was so distraught, she decided she would never take her helmet off.
Ever again.
It was really sad for Cynthia.
But she decided.
Smoochie!
I wasn't pointing at you. Alrighty, let's get to the last part. Let's skip a little bit. Let's go to the end. Chapter 10 of Love on the Moon. The final chapter.
Hear you kiss.
Okay, that was a really good one. In space, no one can hear you kiss.
Cynthia found new love and revoked her vow to never take off her helmet.
When she met Samuel, the stowaway from the Russian government.
Samuel was a Russian, as evident by his title Samuel the Stowaway from the Russian government.
Because America
never